Assalamualaikum and greetings to Doctor and everyone. In this video, I will talk about the final report and which is STIK1014 Group Project. And my group member is which is me, Nick Mohanis bin Yahya, and my metric number is 286961, while my partner is Siti Nur Aisha binti Abdullah, which is her metric number is 286752. And for the task A computer information, in this session, we will explain a little bit about the computer information. We will also provide you with step-by-step user guide on how to search for this information. And for the first information, we use computer brain access, which is named access A516. And for the second part, which is BIOS. BIOS is the program a computer's microprocessor uses to start the computer system after it is powered on. It is stored in a non-volatile memory like RAM, read-only memory or flash memory, and it is making it firmware. It also conduct a test which aids in verifying if the computer meets all the basic requirements for booting. And I'm using my access, which is the access device only. First step is type and search my access on the Windows search bar, and then click open. And then for the next step, in the home page of my access, select system information. And then in the firmware section, you will find the model's name and BIOS version for your computer, such as the following image. The model's name is X515JA, and the BIOS version is 306. And for the next part is CPU. The CPU is also called a central processor, main processor, or just a processor. It's the electronic circuitry within a computer that executes instructions that mess up computer program. And the CPU performs basic arithmetic logic controlling and input-output operations specified by the instruction in the program. And I'm using the task manager to search for the CPU. And then on your keyboard, press the Ctrl key, Shift key, and ESC key at the same time. Or you can just search on the search bar by typing Task Manager. And then you may click Performance, and then click CPU, and you will see the version, manufacturer, and the speed in use of the CPU in your Windows 11 computer. And then for your information, in the left section of the window, you will see these computer components with a graph showing their activity levels in percentage for CPU, memory, disk, and kilobytes per second for network adapters. And then for the next part is the RAM, Random Access Memory. It's a form of computer memory that can be read and changed in any order, typically used to store working data and machine code. A RAM device allows the data items to be read or written in almost the same amount of time, irrespective of the physical location of data inside the memory. And the step-by-step user guide, I'm using Task Manager. And then by using Task Manager, it's also the same step, which is you may just search on the search bar by typing Task Manager, and then click Performance, and then click Memory, and you will see the RAM in use and the available memory in your Windows 11 computer. And then for the next part is hard disk. Hard disk is an electromechanical data storage device that stores and retrieves digital data using magnetic storage, and one or more rigid, rapidly rotating platters coated with magnetic material. And it is type of non-volatile storage, returning stored data even when powered off. And then I'm using system information, and you can press the Windows key, type system information, and then press open to open the system information. And then in the system information windows, in the left window pane, you will see a list of hardware categories, and you may expand the components, and then it will show you this. And then we may expand the storage part, and then choose this, and it will show you a description of the disk manufacturer, and the size of the disk. And for the next session, I will pass to the next member.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to Doctor and fellow friends. My name is Siti Nur Aisha binti Abdullah, and my metric number is 286752. And I will continue this presentation by explaining more about device driver. A device driver or hardware driver is a group of bytes that enable one or more hardware devices to communicate with the computer's operating system. Without drivers, the computer could not send and receive data correctly to hardware device. HDD is one of example of device driver. A hard disk drive, sometimes called a hard drive, HDD or HDD, is a non-volatile data storage device. It is usually installed internally in a computer and attached directly to the disk controller of the computer's motherboard. It also contains one or more platters housed inside of an air-sealed casing. In this step-by-step guide, we show you how to analyze the health of your HDD. So first step is, you have to type in search setting in the Windows search bar, and then click open. And then you have to click on System and click the Storage tab. Under the Storage Management, select the Advanced Storage Setting option. And then you have clicked the Disk and Volume setting. Then it will show the list of disk and volume. Next is DVD and CD. DVD is a digital optical disc data storage format, and the medium can store any kind of digital data and was widely used for software and other computer files as well as video programs watched using DVD players. And compact disc is a digital optical disc data storage format. The format was originally developed to store and play only digital audio recordings, but was later adapted for storage of data. So first you have to press the window keys, type system information and press enter, and then you click open. In the system information windows that open, in the left window pane, you will see a list of hardware categories, expand components, and then CD-ROM. So in this section, it will show you nothing because it is not compatible with your laptop. Next is display. A display is a computer output surface and projecting mechanism that shows text and often graphic image to the computer user using a cathode ray tube CRT liquid crystal display LCD like emitting diode, gas plasma or other image projection technology. So to check display, first you have to press the Windows key, type system information and press enter, and then you have to click open. In the system information windows that opens, in the left window pane, you will see a list of hardware categories, expand components, and then display. So you will see the information of the display in that section, such as name, the resolution, the color pane, and many more. Next is keyboard. Keyboard is a computer typewriter style device which uses an arrangement of buttons or keys to act as mechanical levers or electronic switches. So to check the keyboard, first thing first, you have to press the Windows key, type system information and press enter, and then click open. And in the system information windows that opens, in the left window pane, you will see a list of hardware categories, expand components, and then input. So in this section, you can see the description of the keyboard, the name, layout, and many more. Next is mouse. A computer mouse is a handheld pointing device that detects two-dimensional motion relative to a surface. This motion is typically translated into the motion of a pointer on a display, which allows a smooth control of the graphical user interface of a computer. You have to press the Windows key, type system information and press enter, and then click open. And then in the system information windows that opens, in the left window pane, you will see a list of hardware categories, expand components, and then input. Expand input and then click pointing device. So it will show you a hardware type, number of buttons, status, and many more.
And for the next session, I will explain about the Task B hard disk partition creating. In this section, we will explain a little bit about the partition. We will also provide you with step-by-step user guide on how to create a hard disk partition. And for the first part is hard disk partition creating. Using partition editors, disk partitioning is the creation of distinct partition on a hard disk drive. Once this has been partitioned, folders and files of various types can be placed in their respective partitions. And for the partition 1, Windows 10, we use Windows 10 and select this PC by using right click on the mouse and click on the Manage. And then select Disk Management, then it will show the result as shown in this picture. And then you may select OS file size C by using right click on mouse and click on Shrink Volume. And then set the number to 20,000 and click Shrink. And then by using right click on the mouse and click on the new Shrink Volume, and it will show like a step 7, then click Next. And then you may set the new value for the size of simple volume, and then you may assign the drive letter to size D. And then make sure all of the information is accurate, and make sure this file system is set to NTFS, and allocation unit size is set to default, and volume level is set to new volume. And then the partition will complete and it will show like the picture below. And for the next partition, which is partition 2, we use Windows 7, and it's also the same step as Windows 10. You may select the disk management, then it will show the result as shown in this picture. And then you may select new simple volume, and it will show this tab where it will lead you to a new simple volume tab. And then you may click Next. And then set the number to 500, and you can click Next, and it will assign you to drive letter to J. You may choose J as the size. And then make sure all of the information is accurate, just like before, and make sure file system is set to FAT32 and allocation unit size to default and volume label to new volume. And then you may click next. And then the partition will complete and you may click finish and it will show like the picture below. And for the partition 3, which is format for data, is also the same step as before. You may select this PC by using right click on mouse and click on manage. And then you may select this management and it will show as the picture below. And by using your right click on the mouse on your selected file, you may click format and it will lead you to specific windows, and you may check all of the data is accurate or not, and you may click OK and make sure all of the information is accurate before you choose OK. And then you may manage the file by setting it into 3 sections, which is new volume 1, new volume 2, and new volume 3. And then the partition will complete and it will show, just like the picture, it will show you all of the information that you have been chosen. So for the partition 4, it is Linux bootable OS. So for the first thing, you may download a Linux Mint, and when you download a program that will create a bootable media, which is Etcher, and you may install it and run it, and waiting for the program to be installed. And when the program is be installed, and it will lead to this window, and then you may click flash from file and choose the file that you just downloaded, in which is Linux Mint. So you may click select target and choose the USB flash drive that you want to burn, and then click select button. And then click flash and keep waiting until it finishes. And then when the program is finished, you may restart the computer and the USB stick will start automatically. And then when it will start, press F8 when the computer is starting. And then choose USB drive and click OK button. And that will complete. So for the next part is disk bootable, CD, DVD or flash drive. A bootable file is a simple file that is configured to run when a system boots up. The bootable file stored on DVD or USB runs even before the operating system starts. And the main purpose of the bootable DVD or USB was to recover the flagged system when the internal hard drive of a system is unable to load it. And then for the first step, you must download the Windows Media Creation tool, and then you run the installer. At the UAC prompt, click yes, and then the installer gets things ready, then display notices and license terms. Read all the terms and click accept to proceed. And then third step, you may select the create installation media for another PC. You may choose the installation correctly, and then you may click next. And then at the select language, architecture and edition, don't change anything if you are creating the installer for this computer. And then make sure you use the recommended settings for this PC, remains checked. To continue, and then you click next. And then you may select ISO file and then click next, and it will downloading the program. You may waiting for it, and then when the download is complete, Media Creation Tool offers to burn the ISO to a DVD, and it also displays the full path and file name of the ISO file on your computer. And then click finish to close the Media Creation Tool. And then if you would like to verify the location of the file, click the file name to open the folder where it was downloaded. And then you may select the Windows 10 ISO file and then click burn this image by right click the file. And then the Windows Disk Image Burner window appears. Wait until the burning processor to complete, and once the burning process completes, the disk will be ejected. And then click close button. Now insert back the burned DVD just to confirm it is bootable. So that's all. I think for the next part, I will pass to the next member. Thank you.
So I will continue with sharing about user setting. First, we create a password at BIOS level. A BIOS password is authentication information that is sometimes required to log into a computer's basic input-output system, BIOS, before the machine will boot up. We create BIOS password when we didn't want unauthorized personnel to log on your system or change any system settings. It is a extremely strong password that locks up the hardware and makes the laptop completely unusable. So first step, to get in the BIOS setup, Hold the Shift key until Windows has finished booting to a blue screen with option for moving forward on it. Select Troubleshoot, and in the Troubleshoot menu, select Advanced option. In the Advanced Options menu, click UEFI Firmware Settings and click Restart. The system will restart and enter UEFI BIOS. And then the system information will appear. We will go to Advanced mode by pressing F7. And then select Security. Then select Administrator Password to create a new password. Create your password and confirm the new password, and then you have to click OK. And then repeat same step as administrator password setup to create a user password. And then secure boot control will change from disable to enable. Press ESC twice and then save the configuration. The computer will restart, and in order to start the computer, you will need to enter your current password. Next is to create computer name. First thing first, you have to type and search setting in the Windows search bar and then click open. And then you have to select about, and it will show you the device specification, rename PC and Windows specification. And then select the rename PC option on the right side of the computer name. Now enter the new computer name in the text box and click on next. You will now be asked to rename your computer for the new computer name to come into effect. Restart the computer and you will find the new computer name mentioned in the settings. Next is create user's account. First, you have to type and search control panel in the Windows search bar and then click open, or you can straight away right click the Windows start button and select control panel. And then you have to select user's account and manage another account. Select add a new user in PC setting and use the add account and other users option to configure a new account. In the Microsoft account window that pops up, will be steered toward creating an online Microsoft account. Ignore the prompt to provide an email or phone number. Instead, click the I don't have this person sign-in information link at the bottom. On the next page, Windows will suggest that to create an online account. Again, ignore all this and click the add user without a Microsoft account link at the bottom. So to create a new account, user 1, type a username, password and a password hint and then click next. So to create another new account, user 2, you have to repeat the same step for this PC. So both new user account, user 1 and user 2 has been added respectively. And after restart, now can log into new accounts by just clicking on either user 1 or user 2 and insert the password. Next is create user password. When create new user account, we can set the password in the earlier configuration. Suppose you not set it, you can set after login to account itself. Now the user 1 have not been set any password. So first step is type and search control panel in the Windows search bar and then click open, or you can straight away like right click the Windows start menu button and select control panel. And then you have to select user account and select manage another account. Choose the user account you would like to change, for example user 1. So you have to click on create a password. After that, insert the password and password hint, click on the change password. So I will share about application software installation. Application software is the set of one or more programs designed to carry out the operation for a specific application. Application software cannot run on itself, but it is dependent on system software to execute. Application software is a type of computer program that performs a specific personal, educational, and business function. Each program is designed to assist the user with a particular process, which may be related to productivity, creativity, or communication. So, in this project, we'll install an antivirus. Antivirus is a kind of software used to prevent, scan, detect, and delete virus from a computer. Once installed, most antivirus software runs automatically in the background to provide real-time protection against virus attack. So for this antivirus installation, we have installed the Avast free antivirus apps. Once you have downloaded from Avast free antivirus from the website, click open from the file folder and then click install to proceed with default installation. To change the default setup language, click the current language in the top right corner of the screen. You have to wait while setup installs Avast free antivirus on your PC. After Avast Free Antivirus is being installed, click Continue. You have to click Run First Scan to start a comprehensive smart scan, which detects virus, malware, web browser add-ons, and other issues on your PC. So, Avast Free Antivirus is now installed on your PC and ready to use, but some components may not fully function until you restart your PC. It is no longer necessary to register Avast Free Antivirus, as your initial free subscription automatically activates after installation. And that's all from us. Thank you.